Good morning. It is a lovely Sunday. We are on our way into the city, headed in for work, as usual. As usual. It is it'll be next week that I'm going golfing for the first time, like, ever. I'm not a golfer, you know, I don't fuck with the rich people sport that wastes water. But my grandpa, he's big into golfing, because of course he is. He's a well-off white guy. Of course he golfs. So it's his birthday, so I'm going out golfing next week, which again I've never done, and I suspect I will have more strokes than an old folks home. Like, I will be whiffing the hell out of that hole, I tell you. But I'll give it a good go, and I think I'll just change up the rules and decide that it's highest score wins, and then maybe I'll have a chance. I'm pretty sure I could manage if highest score wins. I'll just flip it on its head at the very end. I'll tell them at the very end, hey, by the way, highest score actually wins. Changing it up. So that's gonna be an adventure. But at least for this Sunday, we're just going to have a little motorcycle ride into the city. And next Sunday I will record my ride there and my ride back, so that we have so I've informed you about how everything goes. Because I think it'll be funny. I think it'll be quite a fun time. It's also going to be a first family reunion type thing in ages. There are so many family members I'll be seeing next weekend that I have not seen in years. So that's definitely going to be an interesting part of it. Oh, look at all those folk. Wow, somebody actually using one of them sun deflectors. Haven't seen someone use those since I was a kid. Early 2000s, every fucking car in the parking lot had one of them, I swear. Roll up to a mall and it's just lined with the reflective thing from everybody's windshield, trying to keep the heat out of their car in the summer. It's odd that people don't do that as much anymore. I don't know, maybe new cars, are their windows designed to let in less heat? Because I haven't noticed. Every new car I've ever been inside of still sucks ass for it. So why did that trend die? Why did we stop doing that? And steering wheel locks? What happened to that? When I was growing up, my dad, he would park his car, he would put up one of those reflective things, and he would lock the steering wheel. He had one of those, I remember it was turquoise. It had a stupid brand name on it. It was a steering wheel lock. But I remember he had one of those, and he would always put it on. And it was do we really need a steering wheel lock and a sun deflector for a fucking 15-minute mall trip? Whatever. I mean, my dad's car never got stolen, so I guess it worked. But it was still hot when you got inside of it. It was just less hot. He's also parks in the garage year-round, so I know that was part of he was protecting the dash with the reflective thing. The only thing I do to try and reduce the heat of my car is I just close the sunroof so that there's not sun beating down straight through the top. I close the shade thing. Because obviously I close all the windows when I park. Unless I'm just parking for a few minutes. But that's different, you know. And of course, if I'm parking my bike, I leave the keys in the ignition, which you all know. God damn it. I am running low on gas. I'm at 114 clicks since I last filled up. So I think I might end up on reserve on the way home from work. We'll find out. You'll find out in the next clip, I guess. And to be fair, I also have people that will bring me gas in that worst case scenario. There's like 3 or 4 people who have all volunteered if I ever ran out of gas to give me a hand, which is greatly appreciated. Because you never know, I might do it. I might need it one of these days. To be honest, today feels like one of those days that it really might happen. Because I've noticed I get to about 140 before needing reserve, like 140 kilometers. And I'm at 115, and I'm probably less than halfway to work. And I was at 107 this morning. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I keep trying to remember that I have to go like nearly 10 faster than the speed limit to actually be going the speed limit. Thanks, Speedo. I don't know if that's like needs a new speedometer type thing, if that's a new speedometer cable, like what is it that makes speedometers out of whack? Or is that just something that happens on old cable driven speedometers? Because like my car is I'm gonna guess that's a GPS speedometer. It's a 2011, so it's hard to say actually. It might not be a GPS speedo. I also don't actually know. Do new cars only use GPS speedos? But like this is a cable-driven one. Obviously, I know that because when I was repairing the bike, and I took the front tire off, we had to move the speedometer, and I had to make sure that I got the 2 little teeth lined back up with the grooves in the wheel so that it could actually read the speed. But I don't know if somehow I messed it up. But I can't imagine how, because like it needs the active movement to push it over, right? So I couldn't have just adjusted it by a spin or two to make it suddenly too fast or too slow, right? Well, too fast. But like, what is it that actually changes that? Is it the cable? Would I have to change the speedometer cable? I don't know. If anybody knows, please let me know. Because I'd maybe like to make it. I don't really care, but I'd maybe like to make it so my speedometer was accurate. I don't know if this will mean it'll count kilometers a little quicker too because of that. Because I guess it thinks I'm going faster than I am. So I guess it thinks I'm covering more ground than I am. I don't know. I guess it would then, right? It would go slightly too high. So if I'm going 80, but my speedometer says I'm going 87 because it's about 7 out of whack. So if that's the situation occurring, then, and I travel for 80 kilometers, will my bike think I traveled 87? I'm guessing that's, so like that's a, it's a relatively low number, right? But then if I travel, no, because that's, I'd have to spend an hour at that speed for the speedometer to reflect an extra 7 kilometers, right? Because if it's 7 kilometers an hour faster, then that would mean I'd have to travel at that speed for, like, I'd have to travel at speed for at least an hour for it to end up reading higher. I suppose I could test. So, if I did if I did a tripometer reset, and then drove to work, work's not quite long enough. I need to do like an hour-long ride. So if I reset my tripometer after work, fill up with gas, and then measure the exact number of kilometers, so it should be about 20 something to work. But if I was able to get that on GPS so that it knows my actual number of road kilometers covered, if I compare that to what the tripometer says, then I would find out how much if my speedo is going to be counting up at the ratio. Like, would it be a ratio at that point? So like the 7 kilometers an hour over, then there should be a ratio that it's counting up like too fast, like a percentage that it's going too fast. I don't know. God, I'm so overthinking this. I am so overthinking it. It really doesn't matter. But there is a way I could definitely test. For sure. And maybe I will. But for now, I'm just going to vibe and grab a bike. Don't have a lot of topics to talk about today that I've thought about. You know, I've kind of just been vibing. Yesterday was a busy day for me. It was my only day off this week, other than Thursday. Of course, a new week started now. It's Sunday, but last week it was my only day off, and so I tried to jam kind of everything I was meaning to do. So I did my normal routine, which is get up and get myself some breakfast at Timmy's, because I like eating at Timmy's. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care, no shame. So I went for a walk there with my brother, which it's like a 30-minute walk, a little less than that. But we made it last a lot longer by kind of dilly-dallying and taking weird side streets just because we felt like it, because we hadn't walked a lot of some of the streets in ages. You know, it's just like, it's fun. And we wanted to chat, so we spent like an hour and a half walking. That was my start of my day. And then I remembered that the night before I promised the wifey and my sister that I would take them into town to a thrift store. So I went into a thrift store yesterday, and it was like 45 minutes into town, because I went the other way from where where I go into the city like this. Like, I wasn't going into Waterloo, going the other way. So it took me like 30 minutes, something like that, close to 30 minutes to get there. I get there. I did find one good thing. Actually, I found two good things, but I ended up only buying one of them. So I found a nice leather jacket, 100% leather. So that'll be my new riding jacket. As you can see, I'm not wearing it. You can still see the same red jacket in my secondary camera, assuming the secondary camera did not run out of battery, because I'm not seeing the light blinking at me. And I know I started it earlier, so I'm guessing the battery's dead. I really do need to change that thing out in terms of how I use it. But anyway, I'm not wearing that yet. But I got a new jacket that's at home drying. I washed it last night and drying it outside. And then I also saw a Razer Core X, I think they're called, the eGPUs, the external GPUs. And I saw they had it for $140. And I know that like those go for about double that, like $300. And it did have a GPU in it. However, the GPU that was in it looked like, if I had to guess, it was an MSI card, and it was a small card, and it was a red fan. So I think it's like a Radeon 560 or something, like an RX 560. I think it was a shitty old GPU. And 140, yeah, I could probably make some cash on it. The problem is, if I take too long to resell it, and like I don't have a whole whack load of money right now. I can't really sit on $140. Like, I can't spend $140 if I am not able to sell it. Like, if I couldn't, even if it took like 2 months to sell, that could be, I could have used that 140 for a hell of a lot more useful things. So I decided against buying that, but I did buy the jacket. The jacket was $55 because I had a coupon that got me like $5 off. Well, my sister had a coupon, so we went together and I just got the discount. So yeah, I got a nice jacket. I almost bought a drill, but I don't know, it was kind of cheap, and I was like, do I really need a $15 drill? Like, I have my Impact, my nice Impact, and at some point I will get a good cordless drill, but why would I spend the money to buy a piece of junk one, you know? Oh, I might get nice and lucky here. I hate that turn. So tight. But yeah, I almost bought a drill. Wasn't that good. I bought 2 pairs of jeans, one of which I'm wearing right now. These were like $10. Not even. They're nice. Like, they're comfy. What else did I find when I was there? Leather jacket, jeans. I think that's it. I think all I bought was a leather jacket and jeans. Because I found other stuff, but I ended up not buying it. And then I also, after that, got home, went with my brother, and we went and cut some wood, some lumber, and built a garage desk, which I will show a picture of right now, if I remember in the editing. So yes, there's my garage desk, looking good. And I gotta thank mostly my brother for that. Like, I had a plan for the desk, but my brother does like deck building for a living, at least right now. And so like when I show him my plan, he's like, yeah, that's good, but here's what we're gonna do. And he changed it and he tapered the edges and he made it better. And then I sanded a little bit of the edges just to make it slightly less jagged. It's still, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't run my hand across it, you know, but I'm also not afraid of getting jabbed just by walking near it. So it's a good little desk. It's a good little desk. And then I did 2 4x4 posts for like the outer edge. And then instead of putting posts on the back where they'd be against the wall, I just drilled into 5 different studs along the wall, because I did an 8-foot by 2-foot desk, because that's kind of all I could fit in my garage without well, like, losing parking space. Like, it would be incredibly difficult to park in there if I took off any more than that. So I just drilled it into the stud a bunch with 4-inch screws, so like it'll be fine. I could sit on it and it didn't even budge. So it's a good desk. After I finished building the desk, we went and my friend Riley, Mr. Pontiac Sunfire himself, came over and we built him a PC. So he built his first computer after he had he was a PlayStation gamer forever. And then I wanted to get him on PC Siege, because after I finished the Platinum Trophy for Console Siege, I didn't really care for it anymore, you know? I didn't really want to play it if I could play PC Siege again instead. So I got him into PC Siege with a cheap, it was this like ROG, I don't know, Strix gaming laptop, something like that, from like 2016. Had a 1060 and a 6700K just for like, and that was an expensive laptop at the time. Like, that was a top end laptop. So it was, I sold it to him for like 200 Canadian dollars. It was nothing. And that was about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, something like that. And so he finally decided it's time to build something instead of using that poor little beat up laptop, because it was beat to shit. You could not get more than like 30 minutes out of that battery. You know, it's one of them gaming laptops. It's shipped with like a 2-hour battery life, and here we are 7 years later, 8 years later actually. It was 2016, I think. So here we are 8 years later, and the battery doesn't even last 30 minutes. So he built, I built it for him, and I selected the parts, a Ryzen 5 7600 and a 7800 XT for the graphics card, 32 gigs of RAM, 2TB SSD. This nice NZXT case, I can't remember what it was called. It's like the big one with the triple fan at like a horizontal side and the power supply shroud on the side of it instead of the bottom. So like the power supply mounts to this, basically like the back side of the motherboard tray instead of to the underside and like a little power supply area. So it's a pretty sick case. Definitely would have been more at home with like a liquid cooling setup in it. That's kind of what it's designed for, right? Like a custom water cooling. It very much felt like that. However, I'm not going to custom water cool because that's expensive. Well, he wasn't going to. And I wanted to build him the most brain dead, maintenance free PC. So I actually put an air cooler on it. Just a big tower. Keeps the CPU temps real nice. Okay. Ow. So yeah, I put a big old tower cooler on it, and he did a nice white aesthetic too. Like, it's a really beautiful PC. I'll also show that here, if I remember. So yeah, we built that, and then by the time he left my house after finishing the PC build, it was, I think, 10:30. So that was like my entire day. Was building a desk, building a PC, and going into town to a thrift store. So it wasn't much of a relaxing day, but I got a whack load done. I need to get around this guy. We are nearly to work though, so I don't have much. Once I hit King Street, that's pretty much the time to cut off. So yeah, that was my weekend. Hope you guys had a good weekend. You know, I mean, it's not over yet, but hope you did. Just so you're hopefully a little more relaxing than mine. Although, I like getting stuff done. I like feeling like I've been productive, but also sometimes I like just sitting around and doing fucking nothing. So it would have been nice to have that, but I'll do that on my next days off, which I think is going to be like Tuesday, Wednesday for some reason. Which, whatever. Anyway, here we are, King Street. That is going to be where I let you guys go so I can get to work. Spend 8 hours, hopefully, in a relatively dead store. Because it's been dead the last, week. And then we'll ride home. We'll inevitably run out of gas. So, I'll see you then. Bye. There we go. Resecured my microphone. Wow, there is hair. My hair is just everywhere. Oh well. Oh well. So I'm pretty certain I'm gonna run out of gas I don't know, a third of the way home. And I'm going to have to flip to reserve. I'm going to run out of main tank. I'm not going to be out of gas, but I'm going to be riding on reserve, I think. Can this fucking go green? When the fuck is this going to change? Yellow, red. Finally.
Oh. How long am I going to be here if that gets an advanced left? Shit, man. Fuck. That's a cool. Is that an old Volvo? Now that was a launch. Go yellow all you want. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have the nasty construction here, shit. I might only be in second gear right now. That feels better. Oh, don't go yellow. Hello, large drop. Fuck off. Goddamn left turns. There we go. Throttle response is good today. She feels good. Though I'm hitting all the yellows. Go. Go, Kia. So, I haven't really talked much. My alternate perspective is down because my camera ran out of battery on the way to work. So it's going to be a more old school video today. However, we are making plays tonight, my friends. And by that I mean, I've been trying to sell an ROG Ally because I don't use it. If you watch my Vsauce video on the PlayStation Portal, I know I showed off the fact that I had one there because I was testing it against the PlayStation Portal. But like I've probably played it 3 times since then because the Portal just fully replaced it for me. And like that's a shame, but you know, it's a bunch of money I can get back. Ooh, that's an MR2. That's such a nice car. So, tonight I am selling it for $275 Canadian, along with, he's giving me an Insta360 X2 with the selfie stick and the whatever. The Insta360 is a little banged up, but the important bits all function. So like it still records 360 video and everything. So the next ride you see, I should have that cool little 360 cam and I should be able to test that. I don't know how it's going to work, if I'm going to put it out in front of me, how far in front of me I'm going to put it. I think not too far. I don't really like the ones that like stick, 2-3 feet ahead of them. It looks a little too obvious, I'd like a more subtle mount than that. I could just put it basically where my old camera was and then just let it be 360, Do the same in all perspective, just all of a sudden it's the 360 cam version. I probably want to put it out a little farther. So I'll have to selfie stick it off the bike a little bit. Just because I think if it's right up against the bars, it just won't make a nice look. Thought I was going to hit that poor little butterfly. The butterfly made a good move. Gotta avoid the huge dumps. That one was a little more gradual. Wow, I just did that right in front of a cop. Double lanes. Whoopsies. Good thing the cop didn't care, because that's technically an offense. Whoopsies! Yeah, I'm still gonna have to come to a stop. Well, at least I didn't put my foot down. Are you turning in somewhere, Kia, or are you just... Ah, shit. What are you doing, buddy? Be careful, please. Did not trust that guy. Fucking love this song. I'm making it to that light. Yes, I am. I did shift up just for that. I don't really have as much to talk about today. I don't know. I'm tired, you know. It was a really boring day at work. Like, nothing happened. There was a jerry can sitting next to my bike. That was kind of fun. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably barely put anything from my ride home into the edit anyway. Because it doesn't have to be both ways, you know? It just gotta be the interesting bits. I don't even need to include the bit about the Insta360 because you guys will see it in the next video. I'm slowly upgrading this setup to make it a little more usable. This is about where I ran out of gas last time. I'm really hoping it don't happen when I'm going 80. Although that also happened to me once. I run out of gas often. I push it. And when I say I run out of gas, I do mean just reserve. I haven't ran out of my reserve yet. Haven't needed to call anyone. Oh, I feel so good on a bike. Just always. It just feels so good, you know? Nice beard. It just falls down too easy. Literally going 100. What does that Mazda need to pass me for? Whatever. Let's see if I can make it to the gas station without needing to go in reserve. It's going to be a challenge. Shit. Dead center of my neck. I still have power? Yeah, I still have power. Thought I was losing gas. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Here we go, we're idling. Well, there we go. I know I can get about 150 on a good day before I'm flipped to reserve.